You spoke earlier in the week about making this grounded fortress. How pleasing is it to get another big scalp at home?
Yeah, look, I think points are important to us. In the position that we're in. So look, we're happy to take the points tonight. It was a bit of a sloppy affair, I thought at times, but the 4-day turnarounds for both teams, especially for them as well with travel, it takes a lot of quality out of the game, I think. And, for us, some forced changes, and for them, same team. So you can see the two different approaches to it, but no matter how you spin it, there's no easy way to confront that situation. So I think in the end, we just take the points and move on.
It sort of looked like Brisbane had the momentum early in the second half. They got that equaliser. How pleasing was it to have a response so quickly?
Yeah, look, I definitely think the character in the group and the belief in the group is very strong. And, I've had plenty of opportunities and plenty of, moments where the team could have rolled over. And I think bar the second half against City, late in that half, I think the boys have hung in there pretty well and faced a fair few challenges early on in this season, which, puts us in good stead, because when you've got character and when you've got spirit, you've got a chance. And I think, tonight that was definitely on show from our group. They didn't drop their bundle when the other team scored, and we stayed in the game and then started to wrangle back the momentum. So that's a pleasing sign for me.
The guys pulled up okay after the short turnaround?
To be honest, we had guys play today, a bit broken and carrying niggles. So, like I say, it's not easy. It's not a circumstance I think we really should be having to face. If you think about it, we only have a 26, 27 game season. We play however many games away from home and then come home to home games that are crammed together. So, and we've had a 5-week, 6-week period in the middle of that where we haven't had a game. So look, not ideal, but we just see how the guys recover now. Recovery's a big focus, and we just move on to the next.
How have Ryan Williams and Mike Beavers pulled up in the immediate aftermath, and how pleased were you to see them get through 90 minutes?
Yeah, look, they're both strong characters, first of all. They're both good professionals, and, they carried themselves through the game with their niggles, and, I expect that from my experienced players. So it's a good sign. We'll have to see how they recover and make sure that, they're available for Sydney, because we're going to need them.
Are you happy with the way you saw out the game in the second half when Brisbane started to push forward a bit more?
I wouldn't say happy with it. I think we need to be better in that moment, in that situation. We put out some young guys there and made some changes, obviously, with our eye a little bit on the next game as well, and trying to look after, the welfare of my players. So some of the changes are along that line, and I think some of the young guys that went on may not have, seen that picture or experienced that picture at professional level, when the other team goes down to 10 men and they throw everything at you, and it's not structured and it's unstructured. And so I think we were a little bit lost in that moment, if I'm honest. And I think it's a great opportunity for those players to learn, which I'm always very big on. So look, we need to be better. But the way we saw the game out with character and with spirit and with a good attitude to the game is obviously the pleasing part.
Did you feel like you were maybe dropping a bit too deep with, some of more experienced boys have gone off, maybe younger boys have come in, and maybe kind of letting Brisbane come on a bit more?
Like I said, I don't think it's a case of wanting to drop deep. I think it's a case of, players just not recognising that picture. It's a great opportunity for us to learn and get better, for sure.
Did you see the first yellow card to Jay O'Shea?
Yes, I did. I think it was a transitional foul, of which he made a couple early on. So, I think the second one was right in front of us. To be honest, it didn't seem like a really bad tackle, but obviously when you're on a yellow card, you run that risk. So, look, it's a little bit of luck that we may have needed in some ways, although I much preferred the picture 11 v 11, and I thought it was a better game to watch. So my stress levels certainly took a bit of a battering the deeper we got with the extra man. So, look, we just move on to the next now.
Did you expect to see Darryl Lockton tapping in from close range?
The big fella, so the big fridge. Look, I think, again, like, it's a moment where it's a little bit of reward for effort. Darryl's the type of guy at my time at this club that I think he's played nearly every game, every minute of every game. He doesn't, he's a very strong, resolute type of character in his own way. And he's an unorthodox centre-back who likes to get forward. So it's nice to see him get some rewards, in that moment. I'm very happy for the big fella.
And it looked like from the first few minutes you were encouraging Zimmerino and Ivanovic to press and take the game to Brisbane, even on the defensive side of the ball. That may have contributed to the double substitution early in the second half, and they put in a lot of effort. But is that something you were conscious of, getting at that back line of Brisbane from the So.
Yeah, look, I think it's more about the context of having those 3 games in such a short space of time. You're then asking for efforts from people to try and get you on the front foot, and knowing that they probably won't be able to do it for a 90-minute performance in that style. So it's just leaning on different characters to try and get us on the front foot, get our crowd involved, and at home we have to make it difficult for teams. So it's something that we've been working on. I thought we did it okay at times, but not well enough for long enough periods in the game, hence why the momentum kind of swung a few times, in their favour and then in our favour. So, look, we just need to keep improving.
10 points from 12 at home. You said over the past few weeks that the table will even itself out a little bit when you get that run of home games. Do you take a little bit of personal satisfaction from the way this home run has played out so far? Obviously, you don't want to get ahead of yourself, but at the same time, 3 wins and a draw from 4 is a good record.
Yeah, it is. It's a good start. I'd say that there'll be some tougher tests ahead of us. None more so than a Sydney FC team that are, they're fighting at the moment, and they'll come here with a week, rest, or training, and a week to prepare for us, and we'll have to pick up what's left and then go again. So I'm happy with the start that we've made at home. You did mention on a personal level, I try and remove myself as much as I can from the picture. I'm very happy for my players. I'm very happy for my staff. I'm very happy for all our admin staff. Extremely happy for our fans and our members who have endured, a lot of tough times over the last, couple of seasons. So I'm very happy for everybody else, and my focus just goes on to Sydney.
Khalifi, do you have any idea when he'll be back or when he's out for?
Yeah, the little jockey's groin is a little bit sore, but he's a top professional, and he was straight on the training paddock trying to run the next day and trying to see where it's at. So, look, that's just going to be one that we play by ear and see how he recovers. So, I've got no timeline on that one at the moment.